Our main character, Jen, is a Christmas interior decorator. She also sells everything needed to decorate a house for Christmas. She has a social media account that has few followers. Jen is with her friend Max. Max is taking a picture of the cake she is tasting, which will be used for social media posts. Once he is done, he switches to his camera and starts taking Jen's pictures with it. Seeing this makes Jen bring out her phone as well to return the favor. She doesn't like people taking her pictures. But since Max will not listen to her, she insists on always taking his pictures whenever he wants to snap her. They are both at Max's dad's cafe to use the space for social media content. When they are done, she expresses appreciation to Max's dad for allowing them to use the space. He boxes some of his goodies for her because he loves the decoration she did for his shop, and he shows his appreciation by handing over one of his specials to Jen to give to her sister. She is excited because her sister will surely be delighted by this gift. Finally, Jen and Max leave the shop, and while walking, she asks if Max will come over tonight so they can eat pizza. Seeing the two, one would think they are dating, as they appear like a happy couple, but they are not. Meanwhile, Max often seizes some opportunities to flirt with Jen. He guesses what she plans on eating that night, as he knows her inside and out. When they seal the deal about Max coming over that night, they hug and say goodbye. Jen goes to her store and opens the door. Her sister Allie shushes her so that she will not wake her baby. Allie complains about not being able to sleep overnight because of the baby. The joys of motherhood. Jen hands over the cake from Max's dad as consolation. Luckily for them, the baby, Leo, continues to sleep. Jen and Allie discuss what's the best hashtag to use for the new set of pictures. And while this discussion is going on, her sister sees an interesting video. She calls Jen's attention to it immediately. In the video, Zoe and Charlie, a popular couple, are speaking about how they want to make the next Christmas special. To achieve this, they ask designers and decorators to create a video about themselves and how they make their family holiday perfect. By doing so, they will be able to join the competition. The competitors will first be cut down to 20, and then 10, and then 3, before the grand winner will be selected for a special prize of being a resident designer and some other benefits. Allie is excited about the video and turns to Jen saying she must apply. However, Jen turns down the offer because she does not want to face the camera. She is the backstage kind of person, and what they expect is the perfect holiday, but she believes she is not perfect. Ali feels her perspective will make her more lovable. She agrees with the video, but she is not ready to be in it. Ali cannot be a competitor because she is taking care of Leo. She reminds her sister about the various reasons they need to be a part of the competition, which includes the state of the current sales, which is not going well at the moment. In the next scene, Jen is back home and checking social media. While doing this, she sees the post from the couple again before being called into reality, with the sound of Max knocking on her door. She goes to him with excitement as they start the night by decorating the Christmas tree. The next day, Jen is back in the office, and the next thing Allie mentions is the Christmas challenge. Jen still insists on not applying, and this forces Allie to change the topic to ask how she will spend her Christmas. The answer Jen gives is a hint that she has some issues with her mother, but they do not dwell on it. Later at night, Allie starts the account for the sales while every other person is playing with Leo, including her husband. When she is done, she tells them that they have good sales, but it is not good enough to turn up their numbers. This breaks Jen's heart. Ali's husband then suggests that they need to have more online presence, which they do but do not have enough followers. Yet again, Ali brings up the challenge. But Jen, who is still adamant, walks away after hearing the topic of discussion. Her sister is not one to give up, so she goes to meet her to find out why she is angry and does not want to do the video. Jen explains her fears to her. Ali then finds a way to talk her into doing the video as a joke. Her brilliant, or not so brilliant solution is having a fake husband just to have the online preference. To her, she believes it is no more about the challenge, but about the survival of their business. Finally seeing reasons, Jen buys this idea, and when they look back to the room, they see Max carrying Leo. This brings a funny idea to their heads. They start shooting videos of Jen and Max. They pretend to be husband and wife while carrying Leo as their baby. Jen presents herself and her imperfect life and family in the video. The video sounds funny to everyone, which makes Jen ask Ali to delete it, but she goes ahead to post it. However, Jen is not concerned about it because she feels the video will not attract any attention. So, why bother? The next scene shows Zoe and her perfect husband Charlie having issues as she prefers to stay back at work rather than follow him home. Charlie tries to find a way to convince her to go with him, but seeing she will not adjust, he ends up leaving but asks about the people who submitted videos for the competition. Zoe mentions Jen's video as part of the interesting ones even though it came in late. The next day, Jen's phone keeps buzzing with different messages. Her video made it to the top 20 finalists, and she is expected to make another video. Who could have thought? Allie is excited about this and instantly wants her to do another video, but as excited as Jen is, she does not want to continue with the video because she feels guilty about lying. However, her sister is not bothered about it one bit. She tells her the benefit they got from the last video was their social media page follower boost, and they made $2,000 while sleeping. Jen does not want to make the video still, but Allie finds a way to convince her. Jen's mom and her husband are going on a trip when she sees that her daughter is trending online, and to top it off, she now has a husband and baby. This comes as a shock to her and makes her think that Jen hates her. Her husband tries to find a way to persuade her and make her believe Jen only needs some space, but instead, she decides that they will be going to visit Jen and spend Christmas with her instead of going on their trip. Things are about to get more interesting. Jen and Max start recording the short video that they will use for the next challenge. The first few seconds of the recording look clumsy, but they later get into the act. In the video, they try to explain that not everything on social media is real, which is a hint that their lives are not real but people will not know. The chemistry between them is great. In the video, Jen also uses the opportunity to show people her store, how things are being run there, and how she started the business. When they are done recording, they are all excited, as they know they did a great job. The next scene shows a day of sales with Jen and Max. Both of them have been getting more followers on social media since the video, while Max is also getting direct messages for different offers. One of the clients in the store recognizes them on social media, and this makes them get into the act of their fake lives in her presence. Ali rushes to meet them after and shows them a video call of Zoe and Charlie, informing them that they have been selected to be part of the top 10 for the competition. This comes as a shock to Jen, who doesn't know that they will come this far, and she doesn't know how to react. The new video elicits a reaction from the audience and brings about huge sales for her product. Meanwhile, Jen, Ali, and Max step aside to talk about the matters arising because Jen says she is not making any more videos. Max is ready to go with the flow, as long as Jen is ready. Ali, in her persuasive manner, is trying to talk her sister back into making another video. While Jen is thinking about it, Max keeps telling her about the increase in followers on her page due to the video call. Seems he is enjoying their charade so much. While Ali is still trying to convince her, their mother enters and starts confronting Jen for getting married and having a baby without informing her. Hearing this, they take her outside to explain the situation. Surprisingly, after listening to all that has been going on, she agrees with what they are doing and even tells them that she will join them in creating the next video. Jen does not like the idea, but she has no option but to follow suit. After all, the majority wins. The next scene shows Jen and her mother creating the next video together. Jen keeps interrupting her mother, as she does not want her to say anything negative, and one can feel the room is awkward. However, they go ahead with it just to show their imperfect family. After the recording, Max compliments Jen for looking good, and later they spend time together alone. It is obvious that they have feelings for each other, but they are not declaring their love. Max also tries to advise her regarding her mother so that she will feel better, and she pours out her feelings to him. Just then, they see notifications on their phones and it is a shocker. Jen's mom requests that Zoe and Charlie come over to their place. In the next scene, we see the real relationship existing between Zoe and Charlie. He asks that they go home together, but she gives an excuse of having tons of work to do. Just before Charlie leaves, she asks if they can see the next set of 3 winners alone to get to know them better. Charlie wants to reject the offer because it will involve a new set of plans, but the thought of going alone without the team makes him agree, as he will be able to spend time with her. Jen gets back to the office and meets Allie, who has been trying to reach her. Allie then shows the new video made by Zoe and Charlie telling her they will be coming over, and she will host them for 4 days. What a twist of events. The idea comes from her mom's invitation. Jen did not want to accept the offer, but Allie accepted it on her behalf when she was not able to reach her. This new development disturbs Jen greatly because she doesn't know how to pull it off. She, Allie, and Max are thinking of how they will be able to host their coming guest, and an idea strikes Jen and Allie's heads at the same time. The idea is to use their mom's house. The next day, Jen and Allie head to their mom's house, and the condition she gives them to use her house is to be involved in all their plans. They have no option but to agree with her. They enter the house and see that the house will need real Christmas decorations. In the next scene, they begin the decorations by bringing in all they would need. Through this process, Jen's mom is also able to bond with her. Jen and Max also add the pictures they have together with the decorations. This is to aid their lie of being married to their guests. After setting up, Max tells Jen that the whole arrangement feels real to him, and he moves the ring from Jen's finger to the married finger. The tension breaks off when other people enter the room. They continue with the design, while they also notice their social media account now has 100,000 followers. Later in the night, Max and Jen go out for a walk and also get a drink. They start talking about being ready for their guests the next day. Max is not in any way nervous, while Jen is scared because she feels people only love her fake self and not the true her. The day arrives, and just as Jen and her family are preparing, Charlie is complaining about Zoe taking part in their team. Zoe is more interested in showing off to people in public than truly spending time with her husband. They go to the address given to them by Jen, and they meet with the whole family. This includes her mom's husband and Allie's husband. Jen introduces everyone to their guests as she ushers them into the house. She says the truth about everything aside from her fake baby and husband part, although she makes a mistake by saying a different name for the fake baby. When Zoe notices, she lies that it is a nickname. Seeing that her child is crying, Allie finds a way to take her away without making the guest know she is the real mother. Zoe and her husband continue to have a good time with the family while asking different questions to get to know them better. Jen, on the other hand, notices her mom is doing extra things like baking, which is very unlike her, and it is making her feel nervous. Jen and Max are asked to share their story, and Max explains how they met in high school. The story reveals that they dated for a while before breaking things off, and Jen completes the story with a lie. This story brings some emotions into the room that make their guests ask for their wedding pictures. Seeing they do not have one, they start behaving irrationally and find another way to divert their attention away from the wedding picture topic. When they have successfully changed the topic, Jen finds herself sitting between Zoe and Charlie, and they start telling her all the things they require from her, which seems like a lot, but she doesn't know how she will say no to them. The pressure is so much on her that she calls it a night and runs to the bedroom with Max. Max and Jen agree that the whole situation is exhausting and weird, but Max seems to enjoy it. What do they say about old flames never going out? Max then uses this period to say that the situation is more for him because he is looking at the part of his life that can come into existence, and there are times he forgets it is fake. Also, he is ready to fall in love and get married. However, Jen reveals that she does not know how to get married because of how things turned bad with her mother after she lost her father. Just then, they change the topic to Christmas gifts, and he reveals he does not want any. The next day, the pretend couple wakes up. Allie enters from the back door with Leo, and she is surprised to see Max, who goes out to change. The sisters review the first day and plan how they will start organizing the events. Later in the day, Jen sees her mom coming with Zoe and Charlie and laughing. She asks them where they went, and her mother tells her that she took them for a tour around the house. It feels as if her mom is bonding better with them than herself, so she excuses them from her. At the store, Jen is looking through the social media page, and Allie goes to take it away from her. Jen is surprised by all the comments that she is seeing, and they are getting to her. However, Allie tells her the advantage of the increase in followers and encourages her. Jen sees a cake with Max's dad and compliments it. When he leaves, Zoe sees her with the cake and thinks she is the one who made it. She compliments her, but Jen cannot say that it was not made by her. Seeing this, Max calls her to the side, and she apologizes for doing so and promises to correct things later. During a video presentation, Jen then proceeds to tell the truth about the owner of the cake and shows the cake her own business made, while also telling people about Max's father's social media page. Despite her change in speech and tone, everyone still loves her video. Seeing how far they are into the lie and how people believe them, Jen thinks things are getting out of control. Jen then runs to Max, but while she is about to express herself, her mom announces that she and Max are under the mistletoe, which means they are expected to kiss. Left with no option, they go ahead and kiss. Later in the day, they decide to talk about the kiss, and Jen says it is not a big deal. Max wants them to discuss it and see if they can be together again, but Jen tags it as a social media kiss. Max suggests they should kiss more, but seeing that tension is building between them, Jen runs away. The next scene shows the family at the barn they want to decorate for a party. Jen's mom encourages her and tells her they will all support her to make it a success. While cleaning the place, Jen sees that her followers have increased to 400,000, and Max now has 50,000 followers. She shares the news with Max, and he also tells her he got a job in Portland, but Jen says he cannot go. Max wonders why, making things awkward. Luckily, Jen's mother arrives on time to save her from explaining. Could she be catching feelings again? After the saving, her mom then asks her what is wrong with her and Max, and she explains that the situation is complicating their friendship. Her mom explains to her that the situation between them is just like the one with her. She wants her close but wants to push her away. She loves her, but she is not showing it enough. Seeing the reaction on Jen's face, her mom walks away. Her stepfather walks up to her and tells her that her mom is trying, and all she needs is love. In the next scene, Zoe and Charlie are taking pictures outside, and Charlie suggests they should spend time alone, and she agrees with him. Seems romance is about to brew between them once more. Later, Max meets Jen in the house. Since they are alone, they can talk privately, and he presents his gift to her. Even though he mentioned that he does not want a gift, she appreciates his thoughtfulness. Upon opening it, she sees the collage of all the pictures he took of her. He wants her to see herself the way he sees her. This creates an emotional moment between the two as she holds his hand to thank him for the wonderful gift. But when she notices it is becoming awkward, she withdraws her hands. This situation makes Max open up about forgetting the contest and making things real between them. However, Jen gives the excuse that they have tried it before, but they ended up wanting different things, even though she actually loves him. He thinks she is just afraid. Just then they hear a sound, which makes them stop the discussion. The next day, Jen rants about the current situation to Allie before going ahead with her activity for the day. Back at home, Jen's mom is with her husband, and they are planning to cook. Jen comes in and does not believe that her mom wants to cook. It is unlike her. To avoid unfortunate situations, she makes sure to keep a fire extinguisher close before leaving them. She goes in search of Max because she has not seen him that day. During dinner, Jen is still not able to find Max. Instead, she sees Allie, who tells her the details of the fundraiser they did. It turns out to be a huge success, and they celebrate their good fortune. Charlie then asks Zoe to dance. While this is going on, Jen's mom tells Jen that Zoe and Charlie will be staying for Christmas dinner, but this makes Jen angry instead of making her happy. She lashes out at her mother because she feels she does whatever she wants at all times without considering others. On the other hand, her mom reveals that it is because Jen does not like who she is, that she never seems satisfied. While the dance is going on, Zoe asks someone to record them dancing, but this makes Charlie angry, as he wants to have personal time with her. But she feels the few moments they are having cannot replace the few bad years. This causes Charlie to walk away, and she follows after him. Jen sees them and asks what's wrong. While Zoe is trying to make up excuses, Charlie opens up and tells her that they are separated and they will make the announcement soon. He then walks away. Zoe can't help but say that there is no perfect couple. Then, Jen sees Max. He explains that he has been away because of business, and they want him to move, but he is staying because of Jen, in hopes of them being together. However, she still makes excuses about their differences. Just then, Allie calls her on stage for her speech. Jen then carries the baby Leo on stage to give her speech, but he keeps calling out to his mother. This, coupled with the confusion Jen has been having, makes her come clean to everyone and confess that she has been lying. Everyone is shocked and she breaks into tears. Max steps out, and Jen runs after him. Everything feels real to him, but it appears she has been taking the whole situation like a lie all this time. He explains that the reason they have not been together is because she ran away, but he has never not loved her. Jen is speechless, because nothing she says will change anything aside from her confessing her love. But is she ready to do that yet? After the incident, Jen goes to her office, which has a significant decline in sales now. Her sister comforts her about the whole situation. After their discussion, Jen goes back home to create an online apology remorsefully for the way she reacted to everyone, including Zoe and Charlie. This turns out to be a good step for Jen. Zoe and Charlie are finally working on their relationship, and Jen also goes to settle things with her mother. Her mom advises her to fight for Max's love. This time she goes to check the gift Max has given her. She then rushes out of the house after hugging her mother. Later that night, everyone is trying to cook dinner because Max is coming, and they want things to go smoothly, but they end up wasting their effort because everything they prepared falls on the floor. Max knocks on the door and Jen goes out to meet him. She hands over her gift to him, and it is the same type of present he gave her. She reveals how she was afraid to look at the pictures he gave her because she feared she would not like herself in the pictures. Finally, she confesses her love for Max. He moves close and kisses her passionately. The scene ends with Max taking a picture of them together and posting love emojis on social media. Jen is finally done with running away from her feelings.